You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to take a close look at the Retroid 5 Plus, the 16-bit Super Famicom SNES Pocket. And this is absolutely a beast when it comes to playing. This is maybe also the best way you can play your original Super NES games on the go, but this thing has even more cool features packed in. And there they are, the converters I recently also picked up with this 7-inch of a beast of a machine. Yeah, there was a little bit of a thing, it's like I couldn't really find every single one of them. Well, what are we actually going to get in the box? We're going to get ourselves like the toilet paper manual with not a lot of explanations. Like, that's it. Okay, then we're having the micro USB cable for charging. And of course 2 controllers, because this thing also even came with 2 wireless controllers. And I can tell you, even like feeling through the plastic, I can tell you this is a very nice quality controller. Absolutely, I love it. Like, we do have like the different configuration when it comes to the buttons over here than we have seen with the previous model. But nevertheless, I must say that's even a good thing. We can even feel that absolutely great. So controllers, absolutely a good go. But it's time to take a close look at this great, very nice looking handheld, or in other words, the Super NES Beast, because this thing is huge. Beautiful display, or nevertheless like a very nice display. So is it super comfortable? Yeah, that is a little bit debatable, of course. We're having the D-pad. The D-pad does have like a very nice curve to it. It's not a little bit filthy, don't know why, this is a brand new product. Like, then we're having 2 buttons over here, one for the brightness and the reset, and the buttons of the Famicom are like okay. They have more space than a normal controller. Just your typical long travel membranes. Select and start over here. At the bottom we're going to get ourselves even a region switch. This is the connection for the, let's say, the external controllers that you can basically plug in here. Then over here, aspect ratio, an option not every single handheld has. And of course the on and off switch over here. At top we're going to find a micro USB with an LED for indication if it's still charging. Then we have over here the HDMI out, that's a normal HDMI port, and of course the cartridge slot. If you're going to power it on, nothing will happen, or in other words, like, there is no games built inside this machine. So you need to implement a game. The first thing I've noticed, like, they even have an indication how far your battery is full. I think it's pretty damn cool. About the batteries, how many batteries do we have? We do even have like 4 freaking batteries. So like, they're giving this thing the maximum way to play. And they have like these brandless things going on. In total we're having like 2000 milliamp for each battery. So we're having like a total of freaking like 8000 milliamp. And it will give you a couple of hours of playtime. This is just your typical 1800, 650 batteries. So if these things have problems, you can just buy new ones and replace them. I do know like there is like a lot of like fake ones going on. So take consideration, if you're going to get one, get a good brand. They will ask a little bit more, but you will have like a way better quality. But nevertheless, let's boot it up and let's play some games. Something I just need to point out, that this thing comes with some excellent audio quality. Not like it's superb, but it is good enough. We have like most of the time like 1 speaker, it sounds like 5 out of 10. This thing sounds great. Also the volume control is here at the shoulder button, so if you want to play and just adjust it very quickly, you can do it fairly easy. Okay, so let's get the screen protector off. And let's play some Starwing. Okay, so let's play a little bit of a training stage of Starwing. And the thing is, like, what I'm noticing with the audio, even the high, sounds absolutely amazing. So let's get into the training mode, and I will show you that we don't have any problems whatsoever. I don't see any weird glitching going on over here. Let's switch to the widescreen. You can just do that in game. The panel they are using is absolutely not an IPS panel, so take consideration if you're going to use it in a different angle, you're not going to get yourself like the best image. So for the price, I wish they would improve that in the next version. Alright, next up, let's go for the normal aspect ratio. Another thing I noticed with, let's say, previous games combined with other, like, say, portable devices, that we have like very bad shoulder buttons. They're like super sensitive. So let's see how that's going to be working out with this. So you actually need to press them like a normal controller. I've got something for you. Oh, just missed the dude. That's missed the dude. A cartridge I just needed to test out is the Super Retro Games. This is a cartridge, so far I know you cannot really buy it on AliExpress. You need to get it with your Super NES HDMI system. It does come with some problems, and some of the games will have some minor glitches whatsoever. But when you're actually going to play it, it will run just fine. Here you can see like it's glitching all up. I don't know why this is. Also the volume sounds not loud at all, even with maximum volume. Alright, let's see how the gameplay in general is. But you can see like it does have like absolutely great performance when it comes to the gameplay itself. No problems there. But again, the cartridge cannot be bought so far I know. But it doesn't matter what I'm throwing at this thing. Everything seems to be working just fine when it comes to original game cartridges. Of course the other one, the NES game system was, or the NES cartridge is not an official game. So I was not surprised it had issues. Alright. I'm getting my ass kicked over here. But also, the EverDrive will work just fine if you're going to get yourself like one from AliExpress or another one. Yeah, that is a very cool thing with these, let's say, devices. That you can just slap a cartridge in and play every single game that you want to. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to try out is the Super Famicom part. And then we're going to see if it's going to be actually like playable. No problem whatsoever with this game. It does like look kind of stupid when it comes to all of these adapters. Yep, no problem whatsoever. But I do notice like the audio level is not that great. Ooh, stretch to the maximum level. And how can you make it even more bigger? Yep, with this freaking NES cartridge. Look at this, how long it gets. The biggest downside to having dual audio is that there is absolutely like a tiny lag between the system itself, and not with playing the games, but especially when it comes to the audio. Okay, so let's plug this thing and controller port number 1. And let's boot up the game. Let's see if it's going to be recognizing the controller. Ah, there we go. So that part seems to be working just fine. So I think that's one of those very cool features this thing actually has. They can play your games not only on the go, but just also on the screen. But there's another particular thing I also noticed with this device. So this thing, what I understand of, is basically signaling out 720p. But what I do notice, beside the HDMI connection, is very stable, but it's also very colorful. And that is very particularly interesting because I personally never seen it before when it comes to these plug and play devices. I think it's a very cool thing to have in your collection, in my opinion. Just if you want to play some Super NES and just want to have like a different way to play. And I mean, like when you're looking at an HDMI system, this is a pretty damn cool solution. So that I do find it very strange to bring such a huge device with you on the go. It does make sense having this as a game system. The very strange thing with this device is that we do have like a very, let's say, weird looking yellow line over here. And it doesn't even matter which, let's say, settings you're having, it will always appear. So if you're going to set it to a different region, nothing seems to be working out. Nope. The yellow line is still visible. Let's talk about the wireless controller that came with it. I already mentioned that these things play absolutely amazing when it comes to the feel. Just play a fighting game, just check out the D-pad. They work on 2 AAA batteries. And there is no like upgrade possible when it comes to, let's say, rechargeable batteries, but that doesn't matter. Another thing is quite interesting, we have like player 1 and also says player 2, so we can just really swap them out. So let's do a quick gameplay with some Fatal Fury, just to see how actually great the controller will play. Still a little bit of bummer about the yellow line. I find it also very annoying that they didn't fix stuff like this. It was not that visible when it comes to the previous game we tested. But let's talk about the Famicom and all the other adapters, because this one does have even the option for an AV out. So I wonder what happens if you're going to plug in the HDMI and also the AV out. We don't have any display going on when it comes to the system itself, but oh yeah, we have like the option to play with two screens at the same time. That is some pretty wicked shizzle going on here. I think this is just actually one of the best like portable Super NESs I've played. Unfortunately, the downside I think is like we don't have like a beautiful IPS display that would make this thing even better than it already is. The only flaw I could find was the yellow line when using HDMI. I couldn't fix it with, let's say, with the similar game, not with the settings underneath. Attach aspect ratio, all kinds of cool features that you're missing out with a lot of the other devices. Even the option to buy yourself like an extra converter, and also this one even works with Game Boy and Game Boy Classic. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Would you consider buying it? Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.